Rent to Rent 2.0, the best of both worlds. That's right. You've got this recurring HMO income that comes every single month that you can rely on. But then you've got these big lumps of serviced accommodation cash that can allow you to scale and eventually start investing in BRRR. Well, that is the perfect marriage. And on this video, I'm going to share with you exactly why. But before we do, if you've not heard, it's true. I am releasing a book, Rent to Rent 2.0, The Art of Cash Flowing a Property You Don't Own. And I'm breaking down exactly what you need to do from ground zero all the way to your first cash flow. Now, when I started in Rent to Rent, it was very much two different schools of thought. You had rent to rent or rent to HMO, where people would focus on tired properties and tired landlords, and they would have to do works to the property. But you know, most of those properties were pretty grotty, okay? It was tired. And then you had this rent to service accommodation model where people would, once again, a lot of terrace properties, a lot of construction workers, some of the higher quality stuff. But the big gap I noticed was, why choose one? What happens if you actually combine the strategies and supercharge your cash flow? And that's exactly what I've done to build a 7-figure revenue rent to rent business. And in the book, I share exactly how to do it. And I'm so excited because this is the only book that actually is going to give you the information you need for both strategies. And I call that Rent to Rent 2.0. So if you'd like to get involved, sign up for the exclusive book launch. I'll post a link below where you can be the first to get your hands on the book. Plus, I've got a special announcement to make as well. And when you hit the link and you sign up, you're also going to get a free chapter of the book as well. So let's get into today's content. So here are just 5 reasons why I absolutely love Rent to Rent 2.0, the hybrid approach. Number 1, you can make more property deals work. So let's just say that you're focused on rent to HMO. Well, what that means is you can forget about 1 beds, 2 beds, 3 beds, a lot of the time 4 beds, because usually HMO works best when you've got 5 or more lettable rooms. So when I started, I realized, hang on a minute, I can't make half of these properties work. And I'm leaving so much money on the table because landlords would come to me and I would start to build up momentum and they'd say, hey, I've got a 2-bed, and I couldn't do the deal. And likewise, it's very much the same in SA. If you are just focused on SA properties and then this HMO portfolio landlord comes to you and says, hey, I've got 5 HMOs, most of the time it's not going to work. So if you've got your mind open and you're looking at all the possible leads, then you can make more property deals work. And I'll never forget it. My first deal was a rent to HMO. And I struggled to find another HMO. And then this landlord came to me with a 2-bed. And I thought, do you know what? This is just too good to turn down. Let me try SA. Now, at the time, that was quite stressful because you're trying to do too many things at once. But it forced me to learn these strategies. And now I'm so grateful that I did, because I've got an SA branch of my business. I've got a HMO branch. They're individual, but they all go through the same sourcing funnel. And it's really, really powerful when you get this right. Number 2, you can scale way faster. All right. And part of that is because of what I've just discussed. Because you can make more properties work, it only figures that you're going to be able to scale faster because you can do a 2-bed there, a 6-bed there, a 3-bed there. And that's absolutely fantastic. But it's not just that. What I found is that you can be open to more properties. So it also means that you can get properties that are cheaper. So, you know, once again, it only figures that if you're doing HMO and it's a 7 and 8 bed, your investment's going to be way higher than you just need to do a 2-bed SA. So you can pick and choose, and it means you can scale way, way faster. Another thing here I found is that sometimes HMOs are easier to scale because once you've set them up and you've got the tenants in, the recurring income comes in every single month and you can rely on that. But what that then means is that you can then have some SAs going at the same time to build those big lumps of cash. So you can scale faster, which means you can hit your goal even faster. Number 3, whether you like it or not, SA just won't work in some areas. You know, HMOs won't. If you're by the coast and it's seasonal or no one's really there, you're not really going to have much demand for HMOs. So therefore, the flexibility of being able to do both means that I can guarantee that if you do Rent-to-Rent 2.0, wherever you are, it is going to work. If you're in a city, there's a good chance HMO and SA will work. And if you're in somewhere slightly more remote, where HMOs won't work, SAs will definitely work. And you know, you get where I'm going with this, right? So it means wherever you are, this stuff's gonna work. Next up, number 4, multiple streams of income. Now, I'm a big believer, and I think one of the main reasons that I've managed to go through 2 recessions now, guaranteeing over £4 million of rent to landlords without defaulting once, is because I've had a business model that's sustainable. And this basically means that because I've got consistent HMO income, if for some reason my SAs get, you know, disrupted, you know, during the pandemic, for example, Airbnb just closed for like 6 weeks. Sorry, can't do no bookings. Now, if I was reliant on that income, I would have been in trouble. But because I had the recurring income, I was good to go. And the same goes in reverse. There's times where, for whatever reason, I've had some voids in my HMOs, or I need to close it to do some works because it's 3 years into a 5-year agreement. And because some of my SAs have generated 2, 3, 4 grand of cash flow, it's allowed me to offset the HMO income that was slow that month. So multiple streams of income, it means that you're recession proof, and it means that you've got so much more flexibility, so much more cash flow, and this means that you can thrive, not just survive. And number 5, you've got the monopoly. It's a 360 degrees control of accommodation in your area. I have student HMO tenants, and when their parents come and visit for the weekend, they stay in one of my SAs. I have people that move to this country and stay in an SA for 2 weeks, and then they end up in one of my HMOs for a longer term. So because you are a 360 degrees accommodation provider, yeah, you like that? Sounds good. Then it basically means that you can clean up, and I'm getting so much different demands, and I'm being able to pivot and think, oh, do you know what? SA's killing it. Let me do a few more SAs. Or actually, SA's a bit slow, but the HMOs are doing good. Let me double down there, which means you diversify, which means you're in a lovely place. So they are just 5 reasons why Rent-to-Rent 2.0, my hybrid approach, is absolutely key. It's way ahead of the game, and I want you guys to benefit first. So as I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to get your hands on the book first, hit the link below where you can sign up for the masterclass, get a free chapter of the book. I will see you on the 1st of November, and whatever you do, don't wait 25 years. Start today.